Hello, I'm Kiri Bloor and it's Saturday afternoon, and of course this is Fan TV, the show that football fans are talking about. Yes, that's right, it's time for your daily dose of all things football. We'll be here live all the way through until 7 o'clock this evening, and as usual the studio is absolutely packed full of fans ready to join me here on the lime green sofa. Very quiet fans. Before they join me, let's give you the big headlines and what we have on the show today. Spurs and Liverpool fans join us on the sofa, giving their verdict on the early kickoff at White Hart Lane. Danny Rose cancelling out first half James Milner's penalty, meaning it was honours even in North London. We'll be taking full-time reports from our fan correspondents all across the country, including Arsenal nut Kenny Ken, who'll be giving us his unique take on the Gunners' clash with Watford, plus what he really thinks of Wenger finally splashing the cash in the transfer window. We'll be all across Manchester United's early evening game against surprise package Hull. Mike Phelan's men will Mike Phelan's men pull off another stunning upset? Chris Beaver from United's stand will be here on the lime green sofa, no doubt telling us how many goals Zlatan will score today. We have an England captain in the building, and no, it's not Wayne Rooney, but Sabutio under-19 skipper Eric Elliott, I'm so concentrating on your name, Elliott. Eric de Beaufontaine, I'm not sure I said that right, who will be sharing his passion for the little people. And if that wasn't enough, our friends from Borussia Dortmund English Supporters Club will join us on the lime green sofa and will be showing you what happened when I took a ride in their yellow and black cab. Now don't forget, we're here 5 days a week on Sky 212, Facebook Live and YouTube, and you can watch us live on our website as well. And of course we want to hear from you at Fan TV UK. You can Skype us on Fan TV channel, and we're also on Facebook. Just search for Fan TV UK. And we've also got Twitter polls account, which is an account where you can check out what's running in the polls. So at Fan TV Polls UK and find out what's running there. Okay, so let's bring on our first guest. It's our Spurs fans, Ben Simmons and his son Jacob. Come on guys, come on the sofa and join me. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good. Nearly. Jacob, you need to behave. Okay, so game just finished, 1-1 draw. What did you think?
Yeah, I think we were probably quite lucky to get away with the draw in the end, under the cosh for most of it. When we scored, looked pretty good after that, but I think draw's probably a fair result.
It's a fair result. What did you think, Jacob?
After Danny Rose scored, it was all us, but before that, they were all over us, so draw's probably fair.
Now, were you disappointed with the way Spurs aren't really coming out the box fast at the moment, are they?
We're not. I mean, we haven't. The players that were doing so well last year haven't really started yet. I mean, Dele Alli, Ericsson, a few of the bigger players have been quite slow.
Now, Kane's not scored in August in quite a while, has he? So do you think it's an August slump for Kane?
He's fine, he's fine. He'll hit that first goal, he'll come good. He did this last year, it's about 9 games.
Exactly, the press had a field day,
and he won the Golden Boots, he'll be absolutely fine. Got no worries about Harry.
Now, obviously, more than most, a lot of the boys were at the Euros, not necessarily performing very well, but that's still a certain amount of time out of the summer relaxing. Do you think it's a little bit of a hangover from the Euros?
I wouldn't want that to be an excuse, to be honest. I mean,
it's a bit of a shoddy excuse.
I think so. If you paid me £250,000 a week, I'd be playing every day if you needed me to. So I'm not a big fan of that excuse myself. No.
Okay, now what did you think last week of Eric Lamella's nutmeg on Andros Townsend?
I thought it was a very good nutmeg.
Did you?
Yeah.
Cheeky.
On any other player?
Yeah. Especially since Townsend's the next Spurs player, it made it a bit better.
They interviewed Danny Rose. You see on the footage afterwards when Danny Rose in the background, he goes like, he puts his hands up, he couldn't believe it.
Couldn't believe it. Okay, well, there's not been that much action in the transfer window at Spurs at all. There's not many players coming in. Technically, you don't really need any players. You've got a little bit of a backup for Kane. So what are your thoughts on the whole squad now?
I mean, for me personally, I thought Wanyama was outstanding today. I think he's going to bring a lot to the table. But I would like to see us go and spend just a big sum of money on 1 or 2 real marquee signings. I think we need a bit more quality. I think.
It's all right. No one was harmed in the making of the show. It's okay.
And for me as well, I think we missed that bit of creativity. I mean, Christian Eriksen is supposed to provide it, but I think he's, one game in 3 or 4, you get a really good game from him. So I'd like us to spend a bit of money on someone that could just maybe be a bit more creative. I think that's where Harry Kane's struggling a little bit at the moment.
Okay, so Janssen was on today.
Yeah.
What did you make of him?
So what do you think of Janssen?
I think he's a good player. Obviously, he was the top scorer in the Dutch league.
Yeah.
So he must be quite good at getting goals. I think if he played up front with Kane, then they'd be much better, like a 4-4-2, like they did last week when we beat Crystal Palace.
Okay. Bro's got some knowledge. Now, were you surprised that he made an early sub today?
I mean, Walker got injured, so he had to change something. I was more surprised, but pleasantly surprised that he made the change that he did, because it wasn't working for the first half hour. We were just being overrun. So to take Walker off but bring on Janssen and change the whole system, I thought was a very brave move and a positive move. That's the sort of thing you want to see your manager doing. So I was really pleased with that.
Okay, and to be fair, a manager that's certainly working his stuff at the moment is Klopp. Liverpool really have come alive.
Yeah.
Now, were you impressed with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've got a really good chance, certainly of cracking the top 4 this year. I mean, Mane, probably lucky to stay on the pitch today, but he's a very good player, very dangerous. They've got a lot more attacking options now, I think. They're looking quite solid at the back as well. So I think they've got a good chance of doing something. But they're very similar to us in how we were last season, quite exciting to watch. I think there's always been quite a mutual respect between Spurs and Liverpool fans. So, I think they've got a good chance.
Now, there's a few days left in the infamous transfer window. Zaha, the talk of the town at the moment. I think that's probably unlikely. What do you think of that? And Jacob, I'm going to come to you because you've got fountains of knowledge about who you'd like to come in. So what do you think about the Zaha rumour, first of all?
It's a tricky one. I think he's a good player, obviously, but whether it's what we need or not, I don't know. We seem to have quite a few players that can play in that sort of wide position. For the price, I think it would be a good bit of business if he goes for 15-17 million as they're talking about, but he wouldn't be sort of in my top list of players. I
was going to say, do you think he'd get first team action all the time?
I don't think he would, personally, no.
That's why I just don't think it's realistic. There's not that much room in the squad for him.
There isn't. We've got a lot of players in that midfield role that all play quite similar.
And play well together.
Exactly. So to break that up and bring someone new in, it's worked with Wanyama so far, but he's playing sort of alongside Dyer in a more defensive role. I wouldn't want to change anything else in that midfield too much more. OK, Jacob, who do you think should come in? You've got a few days left. Let's go for wildest dreams and realistic. Who do you want to see? In your lifetime, who do you want to see in a Spurs shirt? Probably Messi, isn't it?
Well, obviously.
OK, let's go for realistic.
Like a player like Iniesta, who's like a playmaker, or David Silva.
OK.
Something like that, who can create chances, which is kind of what Eriksen does when he has a good game.
Who's the guy you told me about with the free kicks?
Oh yeah, Chalinoglu.
OK, so there's a position opening up for scouting at Spurs.
I think so.
Have we got our first Broomer on the sofa? So just to explain, Broomers are things that we make up outlandishly that are not true, that we're happy for papers to pick up if they like. We've got this. The budget. Messi on the way to White Hart Lane, broken here first, and new Spurs scout on the sofa, Jacob. OK, so it's a long old season. You've got Champions League. The group's not that tough, but it's not that easy either. So let's talk about what you make of the Champions League group.
It certainly could have been a lot worse, definitely. But it's been a few years since we were in it, so it's going to be a very new experience for a lot of our players, certainly the younger ones. Last year we played with very little fear. They just went out and played, and
nothing to lose last year.
Exactly. So there will be more pressure on this year. It's exciting. To be playing at Wembley.
OK, so what do you think about that?
It's great for us because we live 10 minutes down the road. So
I see. OK, so how are we Spurs fans then?
How?
Are you Spurs fans?
Well, it's sort of, no choice.
Yeah, OK, I can see that.
And it's sort of the same thing happened to me. It's just been in the family for years and years.
So it's been rubbish for a while, but actually things are turning around. It's quite good to be a Spurs fan now.
Well, for him, he's only ever really known quite positively. For me, I've had a lifetime of misery. So, well, he thinks Spurs are just fantastic. So
other than it being played at Wembley, do you think atmosphere is going to be lost from White Hart Lane?
I think it will. I mean, like you saw, like with West Ham when they moved, from what I heard, the atmosphere was good at the new stadium, but very different to what it's going to be like at a place like Upton Park. So you're going to lose something.
West Ham are just worrying about Westfield. That's all they're worried about.
Well, that's also true. That's also true. And losing to teams that you can't pronounce as well in Europe, I guess. But, sorry,
that is a big worry for me.
But yeah, I think it'll be a great experience.
So Moscow, Bayer Leverkusen and Monaco.
Yeah.
Qualify. Yeah, I think they will. I
could see us qualifying, but after that, you just don't know. I mean,
listen, Arsenal have never got any further, so Spurs can just do that.
Don't get started on that. I mean, that'll be a whole new conversation.
What do you think about Arsenal not spending any money, Jacob? As the new scout for Spurs, we're going to talk about serious business now. What do you think? Well, no, sorry, they have splashed some cash on some mildly rubbish players.
Yeah.
I think Wenger's just kind of thinks he needs to save money every single season, where he should just, like when he did with Ozil and Sanchez, just like spend money on like one or two really big players.
He's a bit like our dads, you know, they don't want to spend money ever. You feel like it's the same relationship going on. On there. Okay, so like we said, long old season, playing at Wembley. I think you guys actually might pick up some atmosphere there. I think it might be something different. It's something exciting. It's Champions League football. And also it breaks up the monotony, doesn't it, of constantly playing the same thing. So you never know. You might get some excitement there. But I think the big clubs have spent well. You guys haven't spent so much. What do you think to the season? I think you can still hold on to maybe a top 6. What do you think?
I think that's realistic.
It's still not disappointing for a Spurs fan. That's the wonderful thing.
Well, no. I mean, the thing is, for me personally, I want us to be consistently challenging. I don't want last season to be a one-off. I want us to still be up there fighting. I think we've got the squad to do it, but it's a very different season. Last year was just a one-off, bit of a freak season. So that's not going to happen again. You've already got United and City.
They just spent the cash so much.
They spent a lot of money, but they've brought quality in. That's the difference. They've brought very good players that can change things. We've pretty much kept the same team. We've brought 2 players in. I wouldn't say they're game changers, but they could still be very good players.
I think it's nice for Kane to feel like he's got the backup. So that's one of the things I think that's actually, once he's not under so much pressure to always be fit, that's obviously an issue to help him along. But like you said, there's no big names come in.
No, and that's what I'd like. I'd like us to go out and spend maybe 40, 50 million on just a really big name. We've got the 100 million TV money this year. That's been given to us. We should really just set most of that aside.
Do you think Jansen's a 30-goal a season man? We don't know though, do we?
Exactly, and a lot of players come from the Dutch league, which is a very different league to the Premier League.
Could he be another Soldado, do you think, Jacob?
Oh God!
I love it. The reaction. Oh no!
I hope not. I mean, he's he had pedigree in Holland, but a lot of players have had, and they've not done it over here. He looks good. He looks strong. He could be a good foil for Kane, but I think he needs to find a way to play them together. The first half hour today when Jansen was off the pitch with Kane on his own just wasn't working. So he's going to have to find a way to make that work.
Dele Alli's been we talked about this a little bit at the beginning, but Dele Alli's really not getting the pace back. But I think it is still, we're forgetting it's such a long season.
It is.
And we're only 3 games deep, so he's got time, hasn't he?
He has, and he's quality. I know he's this one's favourite player.
Is he?
He's on my back of my shirt.
Love it. Okay, why is he your favourite player?
Well, it's just when he is having a good game, he's really skillful and he can get past a lot of players but still be strong and help defensively. But he can lose his temper quite a bit.
But he's not as bad as Costa. Okay, well, we will be back very shortly, so make sure you stick with us. Make sure you get on Twitter, make sure you get on Skype, and we can talk to you at any time through the show. So if you want to join in the conversation, make sure you do. We'll see you in just a moment.
Get even more with the Sky Sports Bundle. More Premier League matches with 126 live games, 3 times more than BT Sport. And enjoy new goals and highlights on your mobile. Plus, get a free 32-inch LG TV and a Sky Plus HD box. So enjoy more this season with 126 live Premier League games, mobile goals and highlights, and a free 32-inch LG TV. Search Sky Bundles or call 0800 151 2776. Sky. Believe in better.
I'm here with these thermal goggles to show you how much heat these old double glazed windows lose compared to Everest triple glazing. Look where they're leaking all their heat from. You'll see on the right side here, the Everest triple glazed windows keep it inside where it belongs. That's because their 5-chamber profile and extra pane of glass help make them Everest's warmest window ever. And they're now available at 1991 prices with Price Rewind. Fit the best. Fit Everest.
So, say you was after a loan go. There ought to be this one fantastic, clever website where you can check out a load of options all together in one place. So you know you was getting a really straight deal. Be well fantastic.
Go compare.
Oh!
It's all good news, there's loads to choose at Go Compare.
Fantastic!
From loans to plastic, they're quite fantastic.
Oh.
Nothing quite compares to Go Compare.
Fantastic!
Engaging conversations and a shot at finding the one. That's why I'm on Elite Singles.
EliteSingles.co.uk for single professionals.
Welcome back to us here at Fan TV. Now, I was just looking at some of the scores as they're happening. So you know that Liverpool and Spurs were 1-1 finishing up there, but Hazard and Williams scored for Chelsea, so 2-0 up against Burnley. Crystal Palace down 1-0 against Bournemouth. King scored there. Everton 1-0 against Stoke. City Given scored, and Leicester 2-0 up against Swansea. Vardy is back in the game. Vardy and Morgan scored. And we've also got Arsenal. Now, mine is saying 3-0, but I believe Watford have just scored, so I will keep you updated on that because mine is being a little bit slow. Yeah, Watford have just scored, so it is 3-1 there. Okay, well, we've got our Spurs fans on the sofa, but on my Skype, like magic, we are going to get the first of our Skype callers. Peter, well, he's a Hull fan. Hello, Peter, how are you doing?
A very good afternoon to you.
Hello. You're very quiet. Where are you in the world, Peter?
Yeah, I'm just outside Hull. Very excited, in fact, although I'm quiet. It's 50 years to the day since I went to my first Hull City game.
Ah, amazing. And it turns out that this day is quite a lucky day for Hull as well, because I believe they've not lost a match in 12 times that they've played on this day. Yeah?
That's right. When you're playing Manchester United at home.
Now, listen, it's a crazy ride for Hull at the moment. I think you've only got 14 players fit. It was a joke that you only had 8 players fit at one time. 14 players, and you've got a 100% clean sheet at the moment.
Yeah, but come on, we've won 3 games out of 3. What could be better? You see, we've got a certain amount of momentum from coming up last season. A fantastic performance at Wembley, beating Sheffield Wednesday on 28th of May. And frankly, you know, aren't we?
Now, do you want Mike Phelan to be given the job permanently? He's got some good experience there under Sir Alex Ferguson. You know, he potentially right man for the job?
Yeah, I think he has done enough to show that he deserves a run at the job. My only concern is, you know, we're on the verge of being taken over by new Chinese owners. And quite often when new owners come in, they like to have their own man put in, don't they, and change things.
OK. Now, obviously, the current owners...
The current owners we have a problem with.
Yeah. Okay, tell us a little bit about this, because I think it's misfortune as well, because there's been illness which has then been handed down for the family, but it's not exactly a great ride for you guys at the moment.
Yeah, first of all, you know, Mr. Alam Senior is very ill. We're very unhappy about, and you know, we wish him a swift recovery. But the truth is, for the last 3 years, he's made things very difficult for us as Hull City fans. You'll see my City Till We Die T-shirt here, and I was part of the group that was begun to oppose the application to the FA for the name change, which most fans thought was completely ridiculous. And frankly, since the unsuccessful application to change our name from Hull City AFC to Hull Tigers, I'm not so sure our owners have acted very responsibly. And most fans in the city will be happy to see them go.
Yeah, it does seem that way. Talk us through Steve Bruce leaving. He had no choice, really.
Yeah, I think Steve Bruce had, you know, he's a real gentleman, Steve Bruce. He's a tremendous manager and will go down as our most successful manager, and he's still revered in the city. But I think working with our owners was very, very tough for him. And I think he was very professional, very resilient, and tried as best as he could to work with them. We had great success with him, with the owners, got to an FA Cup final, 2 promotions, back in the Premier League now. But at the end of the day, I think the uncertainty around money and the personal level sort of relations just deteriorated, and it was no surprise when he left, and we wish him all the very best for the future.
OK, well, we'll get on to Manchester United in a moment. But what is going on with signings? Because you've got David Marshall hopefully coming in from Cardiff. That's another goalkeeper. Now I was tallying up, you've got no players, but the only thing you've got is 4 goalkeepers.
Yeah, I mean, that is a strange one. I don't really know.
Baffling, more like.
It is. I mean, presumably they've been looking at him for some time, and it doesn't fit in with the sort of desperation situation. But basically, we've got until next week to try and sign some players. Because obviously,
by about 10 players.
Yeah, but you see, the takeover is going through, and it's got to go through due diligence, and it's got to be looked at by the Premier League. And no one's going to
spend any money, are they? OK, so Ryan Mason, he looked like he was likely, but he's now more unlikely than likely.
Sorry, who's that?
Ryan Mason?
Yeah, you know, it looked like he's been mentioned for a long time, and we were confident he would come, but I understand Sunderland are looking at him as well. And I guess, given the uncertainty still around our ownership, that may work against us. But I'd like to see him come.
Now, 50 years as a Hull City fan, it's unfortunate. This is probably the best and worst times you've seen, isn't it?
You've put that extremely well, because whilst our success on the pitch in the last few years has been magnificent, you know, it has been a very, very rough time for fans. Off the pitch, it's been awful. Everything's been a mess. We have this crazy membership scheme in place at the moment, which hopefully will be booted out as soon as we have new owners. And the PR from the current owners has been dreadful. So we just want to change. We want things back to what we would call normal. But ironically, we have had huge success through that period.
You have indeed. Now let's talk about today. Did you ever think there would be a day where Hull City would go up against Zlatan?
Not really, no. Obviously, playing Manchester United is a tough one. But, I mean, we are playing well. And
you know what? You're the underdogs and you're the shock, aren't you? I'm not sure you're going to get one over on Jose Mourinho, but it could happen.
No, and I think the important thing today is that we give our all. We play as a team, as we have been doing, and we play in a respectable, hard-working manner. And if we do go down and lose, the big thing will be the next game. You know, we've started well, but we need to bounce back if that defeat does come. But the pressure is off today, so I'm expecting a decent performance. Maybe not a decent result, but a very good performance. And we may surprise you.
All our fingers in the studio are crossed for you. Do you think, do you know what? You never know with these things. You never know. It's the Premier League. Could you be the next Leicester? That is the question.
Oh, that's our dream, isn't it? After 50 years, I'm dreaming. I suppose the honest answer to that is no, I don't think we're going to be the next Leicester, but I think we could have some selective, very good results this season, and we may just scrape it and stay up.
Amazing. Well, I'll let you get on to the game. I hope we can hear you screaming and cheering somewhere in the background.
You will. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, bless. Thank you so much. What a wonderful Hull fan. They are having a weird time at the moment, aren't they?
They are. They're flying. I mean, after it's only 2 games in, but a fantastic start. But, you know, I think today's a pretty big test for them. I think they'll do well to come through that.
What do you think? Steve Bruce should have stayed, should have gone?
It's probably right to go.
Yeah, for him, definitely.
Yeah.
Manager for Hull. I know this has nothing to do with Spurs, but I just want to hear your opinions. Because you are new Spurs recruitment. I'm just, you know, official capacity now. What do you think for managers? Have you got anyone in mind that would be a good Hull replacement?
I'm not sure, really. Maybe someone that can keep similar tactics to what they have at the moment, like not change too much.
An old school one. Now, you guys, along with, I suppose, West Ham, you've got an amazing manager. Pochettino is literally incredible. And I think a lot of Spurs' success, although the players are good, they thrive underneath him, don't they?
Yeah. He's a man manager. You know, the last one we had like that really, I guess, was someone like Redknapp, who just connects with the players. I think there's a lot of respect for him. And given how young he is, you know, sometimes you might think that might not be the case, but he's brilliant. He knows how to get the best out of them. And last season, you know, perfectly demonstrated that.
Now, Spurs have a habit, and it's understandable, it's how Spurs have existed, really, is to create really great players and sell them on. Do you think we're still going to see that culture at Spurs, or are they past that? They've got more money from Champions League now. Are we looking to see them buying players and keeping the players that they've got?
You'd hope so. The only sticking point is the stadium. You know, there's a lot of money needed for that, so that might rein us in a little bit. But you'd hope that hopefully lessons have been learned after the Gareth Bale money was not used so wisely. So hopefully now we can retain these players like Ali, Kane, the younger players, and that then will hopefully attract more players, better players, and help us kick on. What do you think about losing recruitment? Because I think he was key in a lot of it, particularly in Ali and a few of the other players. He was key in bringing them in. So what do you think about that? There's a lot that obviously goes on behind the scenes that we just don't know about. A lot of it apparently was to do with the relationship with him and Daniel Levy. It's very hard to gauge what actually goes on behind closed doors, but from losing someone like that who's had such a big hand in bringing some of these kids through is obviously a blow. But I think I'd trust Pochettino to know who he wants to bring in. I think he's got a keen eye himself, so I think we'd be okay on that front. And are you happy with Levy? What do you think?
Not really.
Not really. Go on, give us the lowdown.
I don't think he likes spending that much money.
The thing is, when it's your own money, it's a tricky business, isn't it? Do you think it's going to wind up in another Arsenal situation? And how much do you hate West Ham right now for getting a free stadium?
Well, I think that since, especially Pochettino, he likes bringing people up through the ranks, which is obviously a very good thing, as it proved last season with people like Ali, who've come quite young players for cheap. And I don't think that we're going to really, in the near future, be spending money on really big players, maybe 20 million. I think that's the problem, isn't it? Because players like Kane and Ali, Pochettino even are going to want to play for big sides. They really are going to want, like Gareth Bale, they're going to want to move on and get their name made. And does Spurs have that? They don't have that key, like they don't have a Rooney or a John Terry. There's never really been someone that will stay and stay and stay. What do you think? Are these guys, is Pochettino going to search for the future somewhere else? Well, I mean, Kane came out this week and said he'd like to finish his career at Spurs. The thing is, because they're a London club, that's the only bonus really for a lot of footballers, is they want to be in London. Yeah, but also I think we are now, I think we are now a big club in the sense that, we're playing Champions League football, Chelsea don't. Well, but, the thing, we've got quite a lot, as you say, to offer players now. If they want to come to us, they'll play in the Champions League. When the new stadium's built, it's going to be fantastic. To be a part of that with a great young manager who hopefully will be there for a long time. If you get that continuity and you get to retain your best players but bring some quality in as well, I think we can offer a lot to a lot of big players now. It would be quite nice to see a club actually keep the manager for a while, keep some of the players for a while, not see this endless changing over, because then, in a way, they don't sort of, but it is weird when you see Mourinho at Manchester United. He's Chelsea through and through, and it is weird. Their club sort of loses its identity a little bit when you see this movement, so it would be nice to see them sit, at least for the next few years. Absolutely. I mean, after Wenger, I think the longest serving manager is about 3 weeks. It's ridiculous, and you'd like to, I hope Wenger stays for another 20 years personally, but is that just so Arsenal keep losing? No, exactly. They're just, personally, I'm more than happy for him to stay. Okay, guys, a quick one, because we're running out of time. Favourite memory for you, Jacob, at White Hart Lane? I was watching a game and had a wobbly too. Oh, God. And them were the days when he had a wobbly too. I think it was Pavlyuchenko was through on goal. How can you pronounce different players that I literally got no hope on? He was through on goal, and it was almost certain he was going to score. So I jumped up, and as I've jumped up, I've gone like that and knocked his tooth out. Go on. And he didn't even score. I punched his tooth and he didn't even score. He didn't even score in the end. Okay, and obviously it's been a long time for you as a Spurs fan. What's the favourite overall memory? I mean, I've had loads of them. I was at the Lane, I think it was 84 in the UEFA Cup final, and I think Tony Park saved the penalty. I mean, the nights under the lights at the Lane were just, they're fantastic for me. So I've got lots of memories, fortunately. Not all bad. Not all bad. Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on the lime green sofa. We will be back very shortly. Indeed, there is more. We've got Sabutio. Yes, I've been learning on the job today. I've learned all about Sabutio. So stick with us. We'll be back very shortly.
Get even more with the Sky Sports Bundle. More Premier League matches with 126 live games, 3 times more than BT Sport. And enjoy new goals and highlights on your mobile. Plus, get a free 32-inch LG TV and a Sky Plus HD box. So enjoy more this season with 126 live Premier League games, mobile goals and highlights, and a free 32-inch LG TV. Search Sky Bundles or call 0800 151 2776. Sky. Believe in better.
Can we get travel insurance even though some of us take medication?
Sure you can.
But I've got my hip.
And I've got my high blood pressure.
And I've got...
Nigel, can we all get cover?
Sure you can. Stay Sure specialise in travel insurance for pre-existing medical conditions.
So can I go scuba diving then?
Sure you can. Our policies cover all kinds of activities.
Yes!
Call us now on 0800 054 2256 or go online to staysure.co.uk and quote TV offer to get 10% off the base premium of all policies.
Growing strawberries is about patience and choosing your moment. When our strawberries are ripe, it's a race against the clock to get them picked when they are at their prime freshness. We can get these strawberries picked, dispatched and into the little store the next day. Well, most of them anyway.
We've got Noel Gallagher in the studio. We don't. We don't. I'm joking. He's leaving. All right. Welcome back to us here at Fan TV. Let's go over the scores because, of course, I'm sure you know by now. Spurs Liverpool 1-0. We'll be having a battle of the fans because we've got a Spurs and Liverpool fan. One of them is Noel Gallagher. You'll see in a minute. The joke's rubbish unless you can see him. Chelsea beating Burnley 2-0. We'll be talking to a Burnley fan a little bit later on. And Bournemouth are up on Crystal Palace. King scored there. Everton 1-0 up. Given scored for Everton against Stoke City. Leicester 2-0. Vardy scored there. Southampton 0-0 against Sunderland. Obviously, we're waiting for the Manchester United and Hull game to start. And Arsenal are 3-1 up. I am not sure that many people expected Arsenal to go 3-1 up. So that is all quite exciting. Come on then, boys. We've got Ian Sutton and John. How do you say your surname, John?
Jones.
John Jones.
John Jones.
John Jones. Is it actually John Jones?
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't he get like one of the Gallaghers? I don't know who either of them are. How much do you get that?
Well, lately it's been the geezer from in between us, so I'll go with Noel. I'd rather that one.
Okay, let's talk about the game today then. 1-1. What do you think?
I was a bit disappointed myself, really, but 1 point to Liverpool is not a bad result.
It's really not a bad result. As a Liverpool fan, were you expecting a 1-0?
No, I thought Liverpool should have won, really.
Yeah?
Myself, yeah, definitely.
I think the plan probably was for them to win.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
It's good that Spurs held them off.
Yeah, they come out and they played well, Liverpool, man. I was surprised that I thought they were better than I thought it was going to be. But I know, Burnley done well. It makes me think, to beat you. So I think they'll be all right at the end of the season. By the time we get to the end, they'll be right up there.
Yeah.
Challenging top four with Spurs, I think.
Gotta love the Premier League. Every time, every season, it throws those weird results out.
Especially last season.
Yeah, especially last season. You're starting to see it again. We talked about Hull, but losing to Burnley was baffling.
Shocker, absolute shocker. 81% possession, I think we had, and we still messed it up.
Yeah, but someone told me a fact about this. You can talk to. I'll have to keep it clean, and I don't really know because a guy said it as well. You can talk to a girl all night at the bar, and then she'll go home with someone else. Possession's absolute rubbish.
That's it, yeah.
Might have happened once or twice.
It means nothing, but yeah, fair enough. Each time Liverpool have been all over it, but it is about putting goals in the back of the net, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah, absolutely. I think this year, I think with Sturridge, with the rotation and that, I think we'll do quite well. I think Klopp rotating and stuff, so yeah, fingers crossed.
So £70 million on new players. Has Klopp bought well?
Has Klopp bought well? Well, I think Mane's a good signing, definitely.
Everyone thinks Mane's a good signing, don't they?
Yeah.
He's rapid, he's fast.
Yeah, he's very quick. He broke through 3 times, and he should have scored at least one of them.
Now, there's a few clubs still looking weak in defence, and you are one of them. Vulnerable, I'd say. Weak, maybe not. Vulnerable.
Not so much today, though.
I actually thought Matip's a good signing from the German league on a free transfer. He looked quite solid today.
It's nice when you say get it on a free.
Yeah, that's it.
Can't be bad. Better than paying like 40 million for some Everton reject or something. Like,
well, that's it.
Like some team are doing.
Okay, let's talk about Spurs' transfers then. There's not been much. What did you think? Jensen is back up to Kane?
I think he's going to be a really good player. I think he's hungry, he works hard,
Wanyama played well as well today.
Yeah, another good game for Victor. Yeah, I think they're good signings.
Victor, do you want to talk about how we got into first name?
First name terms, you know what I mean? The old mate Victor. Yeah.
But there's not been much bolstering to your squad. I mean, I think we talked about this just a little earlier. I think it is about keeping money in the bank with Spurs a little bit. You do have incredible players and young players that have got legs. It's not like you've had too many injury worries.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing to not chop and change too much, so they get to know each other a bit like a bit of a family over Spurs at the moment. And yeah, if you bring too many players in like we did at one point, and then it's hard for them to sort of gel. But I think we've got a good little bond there, maybe one or two more for the squad.
Well, that's the thing. Champions League is even tougher. You've got quite an easy, it's hard to say easy, but you've got a middle of the road group. It could have been worse.
Could have been worse, definitely, yeah. Yeah, but I think we do need, if we want to compete in that or get out of the group, we definitely need one or two. For the bench looked thin today. I think we missed Moussa Dembélé as well.
Yeah.
I think that without him, it's just we don't look as strong in the midfield.
Okay, well, one of my favourite topics of all time is Balotelli.
Balotelli, what an absolute waste of money he was.
Yeah, but no one wants him.
For entertainment, though.
Yeah, but even do you know what? His Twitter was good banter for a while, and even that's rubbish now.
Yeah.
He's gone, isn't he?
Unbelievable.
Well, he's not. No one wants him.
He's still there, but yeah, I mean, he's gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
He's gone in the head.
Now, to be honest, apparently there are talks with a Swiss outfit as well, FC Sion. I think I'm saying it right.
Sion, that's right.
But for Ballo, they in for him.
It doesn't. I think his agent just stirs up rumours whenever he can in the hope. But you've got in theory, Liverpool have got 4 strikers.
Yeah.
And only a couple of them are worthwhile.
Yeah, maybe, perhaps. I think Sturridge is good when he's fit.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I think he has got his beer goggles on when it comes to Sturridge. He's hoping he's going to be fit, and he has put a lot of eggs in his basket.
Well, that's it.
And I know, but the thing is, it's inherent, and I think it's in his genes as well, isn't it, that he gets injured, and that's just something that everybody's learned to accept, apart from Klopp, perhaps.
It's got the Jack Wilshere syndrome, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or the whole of Arsenal squad.
Darren Anderson syndrome, mate.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I think if he can get fit, though, he's a lethal player. You know what I mean? You'll be if he does get himself fit enough, back on form.
So we've heard rumours. We may have made them up as rumours, but Klopp and Sturridge not maybe getting on as well as people have thought. What do you think as a fan? What have you heard?
Well, I haven't really heard much. I mean, just what I've read in the papers, really. But apparently, Sturridge is happy to play anywhere for the team, and Klopp said, well, like, you know, he's got to play flexible football, which is...
He did say that, didn't he? He said he's got to play flexible football, but he's not strong in the places where he's putting him to play flexible football.
Yeah, but I mean, see, a couple of years back, when Suarez, Coutinho and Sturridge were up front, they were playing flexible football anyway, just rotating the top 3.
I think he's quite good, Sturridge, coming in wide from a wide angle.
He doesn't like playing it, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do it for the team, I think. But.
OK, so Markovic as well. He's trying to offload. There's a lot of players at Liverpool that are sitting around. Is it going to be another Chelsea? Because they've got about a 30 loan team, haven't they? They could actually make another full team
out a bit of an exodus, maybe. Similar to like what happened with Spurs. We had so many players, and it's a case of weeding out who's got the sort of spirit for it, who can do
the talent, really.
Yeah,
more importantly,
play the way Klopp wants to play, you know, and the ones that don't will have to sort of shift off to Swiss teams or something.
Shift off to Swiss teams. OK, well, we have got... Sorry, I didn't catch where he's from, so I'll ask for that again. Thierry from Ghana. My goodness me. Hello, Thierry. You are a Chelsea fan. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm good. Now, how does a Chelsea fan find himself in Ghana? Or how do you find yourself as a Chelsea fan in Ghana, maybe?
We are quite a lot here. I'm sure you remember Michael Essien, who used to play his football for the club. He really was a very important player for the national colours over here, and also for the Blues in London. So I think he's really, garnered quite a number of fans for the club, and probably the reason why I'm still with them.
Now, I've been to a Ghana match before. You fans are insane. Literally insane.
Yes, we love our football from these parts, and we definitely would want to win against the mighty ones. I don't know which game you were at. Was it the one against England at Wembley?
No, I can't even remember. This was a long, long time ago. It's the first time I've seen a 45-minute pitch invasion.
One of those moments.
Yeah.
One of those moments.
Amazing, though. Such passionate fans. OK, let's talk about Chelsea because Hazard scored today. Do you think he's back on form? Do you think he's finding he likes playing now under Conte?
Exactly. He's playing in a position that we saw him play under Jose Mourinho. Not exactly different from what Conte is using him for, but we have seen since the start of the season that he really is a refined player from what we saw last season. Today alone, he's had about 7 shots on target, 1 producing a goal. That really has been absolutely fantastic from the man who won the PFA Best Player 2 seasons ago. We want to see more of that, but I think he really has been leading the attack for most parts of the game against Burnley, and that's exactly what Chelsea fans want to see.
OK, so 3 games, 3 wins. However, that sounds better than it is. The reason you've had 3 wins, I think, is because Conte knows what he's doing, is making those substitutions. You've still got defensive issues, and you're still only winning, previous to this, on late goals.
Yeah, the Chelsea fans had a few concerns. The fact that Cesc Fabregas, who was very much instrumental in Chelsea's title-winning, season. That was a 2013-2014 season. And then also the fact that Chelsea have not really had any new arrivals at the back to, make it a bit more solid, in that particular team for their defense. And also the fact that Michy Batshuayi, scored on his debut and then scored on his first start, and then assisted on his debut, scored on his first start, and and in this particular game he didn't really get another start to his name. We were thinking that he was going to be getting another start, but it wasn't given. But now he's been.
Thank you so much for joining us. I think we've got a few technical issues, but you have absolutely been amazing. So thank you for joining us all the way from Ghana. I think he's gone upside down and round, but absolutely incredible.
Well, that was me. I thought that was a funny moment there.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, do you find Chelsea the threat that you once did? OK, last season was just amusing, but
I think this season, definitely. I think they'll be up there challenging again.
I think the media give a lot of the fear to Chelsea because actually if you look at it, they haven't played that well. It's only on changes and substitutions and
cheating. Let's have it right. Costa scored both winning goals. He shouldn't have been on the pitch for either of the games. But.
So Chelsea is still not the team that should be revered. They're just
work in progress.
Yeah,
but definitely making progress.
I think Chelsea will do well this year because they haven't got any Champions League to play. Nothing in Europe. So I think they could possibly be like Liverpool were a couple of years ago.
Now Liverpool looked like, with the change around with Klopp coming in, that they could finish better last season. It didn't really work out that way. We have to say this because it's so easy to talk about. It's such a long season that anything could happen, but you've both just scored. You've got a lot of good players. There still looks like there might be a couple more coming in. What do you think your prospects are?
Well, I think possibly top 4. I mean, if we can beat all the top teams around us, then I think possibly top 4. But I'm not really sure about cup competitions or anything like that. But fingers crossed, top 4.
Do you want any more players in? Surely you need a left back.
Yeah, definitely a left back.
Love Marino, keep him. Brilliant.
But definitely a more solid left back. We were looking at that. Is it Hector, was it, or the German left back? Was it?
Hector,
yeah, we were looking at him. So
the thing is, he's got so much money tied up in rubbish players at Liverpool that there's a lot of movement that's going to go.
A little bit of a...
Do you think Spurs need anybody else? There was obviously talk a little bit of Crystal Palace, but I think that was just...
Yeah, I think he's just trying to unsettle Zaha a little bit, and I think he did as well. He's turned his head a bit, and I don't think they're that interested in him, really. I think they put a bid on the table.
He would be on the bench, basically.
He would be, a squad player.
So why would you move from somewhere that actually could potentially give you some good football this season?
Yeah, he's not a bad player, Zaha, but, I mean, he's not really a marquee signing or anything, so either way, if he'd come, I'd be happy, but... If he didn't, then I'm not bothered either.
Not fussed. We'll leave Zaha then. Thanks so much. OK, we'll be back after this. Make sure if you want to talk to us, you can catch us on Skype, Fan TV channel. You can get us on Twitter. You can get us on Facebook as well. We want to hear from you. So we'll see you very shortly.
Right now, there's an amazing deal on super reliable BT broadband. Join today and get a massive 67% discount. It's £5 a month and a 12-month contract. You'll get a super reliable Wi-Fi connection. And when you're out and about, you can connect into the UK's largest Wi-Fi network for free. You can also get a £75 BT reward card when you sign up online by the 4th of August. Get BT broadband for £5 a month and on a 12-month contract. For new joiners discounts, call 0800 800 950 or visit bt.com/deals.
How would you like access to over 1,200 pounds of fitness programming free? Hi, my name is Carl Deichler, and I'm the CEO of Beachbody. You've probably seen our fitness solutions on TV like P90X and 21 Day Fix. And now you can stream our digital library of fitness programs right to your computer, tablet, or smartphone free for 30 days. Just go to bod30.co.uk and get started losing weight fast. That's bod30.co.uk, and I'll see you online.
Get even more with the Sky Sports Bundle. More Premier League matches with 126 live games. 3 times more than BT Sport. And enjoy new goals and highlights on your mobile. Plus, get a free 32-inch LG TV and a Sky Plus HD box. So enjoy more this season with 126 live Premier League games, mobile goals and highlights, and a free 32-inch LG TV. Search Sky Bundles or call 0800 151 2776. Sky. Believe in better.
Hello and welcome back to Fan TV. I hope you're having a fantastic afternoon watching your teams win and lose. We've got all the fan reaction till 7 o'clock tonight, so make sure you join us. You can keep us on in the background if you've got the game on. You can have us on Facebook Live. You can be streaming us on YouTube as well, so you can have us on all the time. Now, our scores are coming in, but my scores are a little slow. But Chelsea have just scored. They're 3-0 up, and I'm going to wait for crowd participation on this one. Who scored? Moses. We've got a Chelsea fan in the building. We've also got an England captain in the building. You could take over from Wayne Rooney. I'm not sure if he's going to be doing it for much longer. Okay, so Spurs and Liverpool. We've got Spurs-Liverpool fans on the sofa, 1-1 there. As we just said, Chelsea have gone 3-0 up. The thing is, Chelsea fans get excited about beating Burnley. Still, it's not great. We've also got Crystal Palace 1-0 down to AFC Bournemouth. Everton 1-0 up against Stoke. Leicester 2-0 up. We're seeing Vardy back in form, I think. It's 2-1. Sorry, Swansea has scored there. Southampton are 1 also. Sunderland have scored. Defoe's scored and Rodriguez for Southampton. Watford are 1-3 to Arsenal. I'm not sure many Arsenal fans expected that. All of that brought to you by Sports Lobster. So if you want to check out scores on there, great little setup. So, guys, what do you think about Arsenal being 3-0 up and 3-1 up against Watford? You were just terrorising me.
The way I wanted, really. I thought we'd come on, maybe get a win. You lot would lose, I'd be buzzing. Killed the vibe a bit today, but yeah, it's all good though. It's going to be a long season. So.
It's going to be a long season, and it's an infamous, well, not even infamous, it is a famous London derby, isn't it, between you guys? So what's the atmosphere like at a London derby against Arsenal?
Oh, mate, it's just energy. So people were very, very close to tears, passion, amazing.
Now, I think Chelsea should have rolled over and let you take that last year, but they saw it. To be honest, I thought they actually would.
They played extra, didn't they? They stepped it up. Everyone does against us. West Ham, they played like their cup final against us. So yeah, Chelsea, but it got nasty and we lost our heads. And
I think that's really unfortunate. That is the only thing that happened to Spurs, and it's because the guys are young.
And you did inexperience show, definitely.
You did lose your heads a little bit.
They know how to do it. They're the best team to do that to you. Fabregas, players like Costa, they know how to get you sort of wound up.
I actually think it's harder for London teams to win the league because they have like six derbies, don't they? So, you know, it's like,
Big games.
Yeah, that's it, you know.
What are your derbies like in Liverpool? What's the atmosphere?
Well, the Merseyside derby, amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Anfield,
You all got family still?
Yeah, I have. But most of my cousins are actually Everton season ticket holders.
Yeah.
So you have a bit of a Barney.
Yeah, loads of banter, mate. You know.
Okay, and you've got Liverpool-Manchester derby as well, haven't you? What's that like in terms of fans? You hate them that much? Is that real hate?
I can't stand them. Honestly, like it's the worst thing in the world. Worst thing in the world. I think if Liverpool can finish above Man United this year, or if Liverpool can beat them home or away, I'd be happy.
Listen,
that's it. I'll
Man
take
United, Jose has got them on board. He's got the players on board. He's got the press on board. He'll ruin it in a couple of seasons, but for now, he's
if I was a betting man, and I am, sadly, I would bet on Man United this year. Yeah. They're looking good, man.
They are looking good.
Yeah.
He's done well. Okay, what about Man City as well?
I think they'll be up there, possibly second. I would say Man United, City, Chelsea, top 4 up for grabs with Liverpool.
Really? Do you want to put Arsenal up there?
No way. Europa maybe, I don't know. We'll see how we get on. But, no, I think top 4 is up for grabs for Arsenal, Liverpool and Spurs. Maybe outsiders, Leicester will be up there. I mean, I don't think they'll have a season like they did last year.
No way.
But yeah.
Okay,
Man U for me, I think.
Really?
To win it.
Have you actually put your money down?
Not yet, no.
So Stoke were
I'll
500 to 1.
And then he'll be after me.
Stoke were 500 to 1. So is that, would you even put a 1 on?
Yeah, I do some weird bets like that. Yeah, I do outsiders a lot. But,
do you?
Yeah, I'm a jinx.
Do you do this halfway
terrible.
betting where you can change...
Cash out and stuff, yeah.
So
I've got one running now, actually, so I'm dying to get over and check. Like, cash out before I lose. I've got an ACCA going, so it's probably about 9 teams or something. But
I see.
I had Watford, so that's probably over now.
We may have tapped into a little problem there. We'll move past that swiftly. Okay, so Champions League, it's the first time in a while you guys have been playing in the Champions League. It is going to be tough. You haven't bolstered the squad that much. You're playing at Wembley.
Yeah, no easy games in Prem, let alone the Champions League, so it will be tough, but I think the draw has been okay-ish, you know what I mean? It could have been a lot worse, like we say. But yeah, at Wembley, I don't see why we can't go through in the group. I think that's kind of a bit of a spiritual home for us over the,
Spurs
for the 90s and the 80s and stuff, so yeah, I think I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, now I've got a new game, and I can't remember what we called it, because my name for it was rude. Tweeting Twitters is the name, because if you think about it, what would it be? This is on basically who tweeted this tweet out. Okay. This is an amazing game. Literally, we spent about an hour laughing about it earlier. Okay, so let's get the first tweet on your screens. You guys need to tell me. Apologies for no post-op selfie. I had surgery yesterday and all went well. Delighted to have moved up 2 cup sizes. Who tweeted that?
Are these footballers or just like
No, they are all footballers.
All footballers?
All footballers.
2 cup
sizes. Sounded like Katie Price.
2 cup sizes. Don't know. Can't be us. We ain't won any cups for a while. Don't know.
Any crowd participation? Oh, we've stumped you on the first one. It was Jonathan Waters, Stoke striker.
Oh, right.
Not exactly easy, was it?
No.
Okay, let's get the next tweet on. I think I might love this game more than everybody else. May I just explain, my teeth were knocked out in a match, so I chose white teeth to replace them. I am not the 4th BG.
Someone with dodgy railings. Who's got funny teeth?
I don't know.
He's got a funny goal celebration as well. And actually, I just mentioned the team. Yeah, he is kind of tall.
Kind of tall.
Ibrahimovic.
Come on, he's not going to have banter like that, is he?
Zlatan don't get his teeth knocked out.
I don't know.
Zlatan, isn't
Used to play for Spurs as well. Come on.
He's had his teeth knocked out.
Peter Crouch.
Yay!
I just said that under my breath. I said that. Yeah. I did say that.
You did.
Get on.
Get that on. He said it. He said it. Spurs fan beat the Liverpool fan. Okay, that game was groundbreaking. I do like that game.
Yeah, because you win.
Okay, let's do one more.
Win.
Let's do one more.
Yeah.
Let's get it on the screens for you. Right. I hate Christmas.
I hate Christmas. That's got to be.
Balotelli.
That's got to be an Arsenal player, because around Christmas they went, didn't they? From about 1st to 4th or something over?
No, it was not.
Oh, see, she knows the stats.
It was not.
You was 1st in December, weren't you? And then 4th by about
It was not. It was not. Come on. You used to be a Chelsea player.
Oh, we used to be a Chelsea player. I hate Christmas. Wow.
I'm giving you a clue. Horses also have them. Surname?
Mane plays for Liverpool.
No.
Horses.
He plays for Leicester.
Robert who?
Yay! Robert who? Through crowd participation, you're going to need to shout out.
These are quite hard. We was out last night. These are quite hard. I was sweating now. It was cold a minute ago.
I literally have never had such demanding fans. Over there, if you heard rustling before when we were starting, it's because old Boozy Britain over there was having a booze out of his plastic bag.
Have a little cold beer.
Okay, so tell me, favourite memories at White Hart Lane?
White Hart Lane, favourite memories. Arsenal, Harry Kane winner last season.
That's your favourite memory?
Yeah, it's been a while, isn't it? Yeah, we haven't really done too much, have we, at the Lane? Beating Arsenal at the Lane, you can't really get better than that unless, I don't know.
Okay, favourite Liverpool memory of all time, home or away?
Oh, wow. Favourite one? Probably the 4-1 when Torres scored. And
not Istanbul?
No, Old Trafford.
Okay.
Old Trafford. Torres scored and who scored? And
you take that over winning the Champions League.
I scored the free kick. Yeah, I would do.
There you go. Die-hard Liverpool fan there. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the sofa. But we have got plenty more still to come. Don't forget, we will be getting updates as the game's finish. We'll be talking to a Burnley fan. Not going to be so happy today, but anyway, we'll still talk to him. We're going to be talking to a Millwall fan as well, yes, and he's a Compass Mentis one. It's exciting, I know. And so much more happening, so do stick with us. Don't go anywhere.
For brilliant entertainment, join Sky TV and get a free 32-inch LG TV with any Sky bundle. Watch the latest shows like the new US crime drama Shades of Blue on Sky Living. And introducing the all-new Cinema Bundle, featuring a new premiere every day and improved HD and sound. So join Sky TV from £20 a month and get a free LG TV, the latest shows and a Sky Plus HD box. Search Sky Bundles or call 0800 151 2775. Sky. Believe in better.
Our new free time plans give you free electricity from 9 AM to 5 PM on Saturdays or Sundays. So you can do the cleaning for free. Cook a family feast for free. Or catch up on box sets for free. So switch now and you'll get a free upgrade to smart meters and free electricity 9 to 5 every Saturday or Sunday. Switch now and start saving. Call 0800 980 4045 or search British Gas Free Time.
How would you like access to over 1,200 pounds of fitness programming free? Hi, my name is Carl Deichler, and I'm the CEO of Beachbody. You've probably seen our fitness solutions on TV, like P90X and 21 Day Fix. And now you can stream our digital library of fitness programs right to your computer, tablet, or smartphone free for 30 days. Just go to bod30.co.uk and get started losing weight fast. That's bod30.co.uk, and I'll see you online.
Right now, there's an amazing deal on super reliable BT broadband. Join today and get a massive 67% discount. It's £5 a month and a 12-month contract. You'll get a super reliable Wi-Fi connection. And when you're out and about, you can connect into the UK's largest Wi-Fi network for free. You can also get a £75 BT reward card when you sign up online by the 4th of August. Get BT broadband for £5 a month and on a 12-month contract. For new joiners discounts, call 0800 800 950 or visit bt.com/deals.
Welcome back to us here at Fan TV. Guys, if you are on Facebook or YouTube, you need to refresh your streams now. So just click the refresh button. You'll join us back in just 2 seconds. Okay, we are full-time on a lot of scores. You know the Tottenham Hotspur Liverpool score, that was 1-1. Chelsea have just beaten Burnley 3-0. We will be talking to a Burnley fan very shortly, so stick with us for that. Crystal Palace and Bournemouth at 1-1. 1. Bournemouth looked like they were going to take their first win of the season, just taken at the last minute there by Palace. Everton beat Stoke City 1-0. We were talking about this earlier. I think Everton have bought well. Everton are perhaps going to be some underdogs that we'll see some good stuff from this season. Leicester 2-1 against Swansea City. Thank goodness Leicester have got a win there. Southampton, Sunderland 1-1. Watford came back to give a 1-3 to Arsenal. And of course Hull, and a very, very excited Manchester United fan in the studio going, they're never going to do it. They're never going to do it. Manchester United will have them. You never know. You never know with that. Do you think, guys, Manchester United have got a win written all over that?
Yeah,
I think so.
Shouldn't be too much trouble for them. But as you say, you never know. There's a lot of results get thrown out, and just underdogs can turn over anybody on a day.
Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about Everton quickly, because Koeman they've been buying well. Everton have been bolstering their squad. If anyone has done well in this transfer window and is looking like someone who might just sneak through the table, it's Everton. What do you think?
Yeah, why not? I think Koeman's a good manager. So, you know, he proved that at Southampton, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, so I think probably with like his tactics and that, as long as he can get them right, then he should be spot on.
Indeed. Now, do you think that Manchester United, I mean, they have spent some serious money. It's basically just outrageous money, haven't they? Do you think, I mean, I know it was a show of force, but Mourinho really, again, hasn't shown any managerial...
Yeah, I agree with that, because, I mean, every team he goes to, he just gets so much money and then wins things. I'd like to see him without
actually
that money and see if...
Yeah, but when it got tough, he didn't get going. He did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why a lot of these managers in the lower sort of teams, they get a lot of stick because they don't win things. But I think if a lot of them, if they was given the same resources as somebody like Mourinho,
I think Pochettino as well, if he was given that kind of cash.
Money. I think, as a manager, I think he's well up there without spending outrageous amounts of money.
Now, what do you think? You've lost your scout, haven't you, at Spurs? I forgot his
Mitchell's
name.
gone, he's done a... But, he's off. I don't know why that happened. I don't know, something behind closed doors, probably.
Yeah. But I think that's going to be... He brought in Ali, he brought in... You know, he's...
Yeah. I think Clive Allen might have had... David Pleat, had a bit to do with the Ali deal as well, so... But, yeah, I mean, he's known for getting some great young players, so I think it will be a miss, but... If something's not working, then they have to sort of sort it out, I suppose.
It'll be interesting. OK, now I am joined on Skype by my third Skype caller of the day. It is Ollie. Now, he's a Bournemouth fan at Crystal Palace. Ollie, how are you doing?
I was doing great until the 92nd minute, I'm not going to lie.
You so nearly had your first win of the season.
Yeah, it was an incredible game. First half, we were dominating. Second half, we sat back, we frustrated them. But it's just so... At the end of the day, it's a point. It's our first point on the board for the new season, but it's frustrating.
Now, it's going to be a tough old season for you, isn't it?
It is, yeah. You know, we've played so well in today. United, I thought we played really well as well, just didn't get the result we wanted. And from what at the end of the game on the pitch, all the players were gutted. As soon as the full-time whistle went, pretty much our whole team was on the floor. It was hard to watch the positives and just move on.
Ollie, was that your best performance of the season so far?
100% is our best performance. I mean, the chances we created were what we've done previously, and I feel like even though we deserve to win the game, I feel like there's a lot Eddie can take from it to then move us on.
Listen, if anyone's going to do it for you, Eddie Howe is certainly the manager to keep you in this Premier League.
Indeed. He'll sort it out. OK,
talk to me about Benteke. You watched him today. What did you think?
It's dangerous, but every time the ball came to him, he tried to take it down. Obviously, Benteke's been known for Liverpool in previous years to be dominant in the air, but even though Palace went into the box, he seemed to take it down every single time. He seemed to lay it off the punch-in, so I'm not really sure what to make of him. He played well, but could have been better.
OK, one final question. You guys have spent £30 million on players. Are you happy with what you've got? Would you like to see anybody else come in? You've got a couple of days left in this transfer window.
I mean, with 5 days to go, I wanted a centre-back. We've got Mark Wilson, but we need another left-back, in my opinion, because if Charlie Daniels does get injured, I mean, today he pulled up with an injury halfway through the game, and I was personally worried, because obviously we've got good. So I thought we had one more defender and then we're pretty much sorted.
Were you surprised to sell Tommy Elphick to Villa?
Extremely. Obviously, it's a rarity that any club will sell their club captain, especially after they've just been up to the Premier League for the first season. It was a weird transfer. I didn't see it coming, but yeah,
Okay, Olin, how did Jordan Ibe play as well today?
Ibe was good. I thought like he brought the ball down well. He played it. He played it down and passed well. I feel like the one problem he had previously against West Ham is that he didn't play the ball at the right areas in the right. And eventually, when he did today, I thought like we did make some dangerous chances.
Now, I don't want to put this on you, but do you think this is going to be a relegation battle season for you?
And I'm going to continue with my word. I do not think we'll be in the relegation battle. I think we'll still be in the bottom half of the table, but I still think we'll do like what we did last season, where we'll start poorly, lose our first and start to get a win streak going.
Ollie, you absolute legend. I can see that the stadium's completely empty now, so we'll let you disappear as well. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, no problem.
Bye. Isn't Ollie absolutely amazing? He's only 16. Absolutely legend.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? Relegation battle, what teams do we think are going to be in the bottom three?
I think as an underdog, maybe Palace might even slip down a little bit, depending on whether Benteke can sort of hit form and do his thing. But
it doesn't look like it from all. I mean, we haven't seen much of the game. We've not seen much of him, but it doesn't look like he is the person that they were hoping for.
And I really rated him at Villa. I was like always hoping that maybe we'd sign him around that time, but since his moves, he just seems like a different player.
It's a shame because Pardew just has that way. It's either really good or really bad, and when it gets bad, it gets real bad.
Yeah, he gets pretty.
I'm glad he left Liverpool.
Are you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so the big teams last year was all a shake-up. Are we going to see?
It was a good shake-up.
Are we going to see any big teams struggling again?
I can't really see it. I think City, Chelsea, Man U will be up there.
Does it chuckle you as a Spurs fan how upset that Arsenal fans get?
I love it. I mean, I've got mates that I bant with every day, and they say we're not your rival, you're not our rivals, you're not competition, but then they mention us every day, just chatting, Tottenham this, Tottenham that, and I think, it's funny how we're not your rivals, but you seem to just banter every day with us. It's like West Ham fans, they're always trying to banter with me, and I don't really care what you lot are up to. Top 4 team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Okay, well, it is as if by magic there is another man on my screen. So I've got Mark Goldbridge, and you are from
Hello.
Stand. I can see that. Hello. This is very, very professional. I like this. So tell us what you think. Preview the game for me. What's going on?
Well, we've had the team news coming in, which is the same team as we had against Bournemouth and Southampton. We're obviously live on the United Stand at the moment with our comments section going up. A few people not happy that Mkhitaryan's not starting. However, I think it's a winning team. It's a convincing winning team. I think long term we want to see the likes of Mkhitaryan coming in, but can't complain about no changes to a winning team.
Now, how come the fans really want to see him come in, but Mourinho is very happy to give him time? Why are you so desperate to see him come in so early on?
I think because out of all our signings, Mkhitaryan stands out as the Mr. Consistent. He gets a lot of assists, he gets a lot of goals. Did really well at Dortmund last year. He is a big signing, maybe not as big as Pogba or Zlatan. And I think people expected him to be playing on the right side of midfield rather than Mata, who even under the days of Van Gaal wasn't really a right midfielder. So I think there's a bit of confusion from fans, but the reality is we're winning games, as I said, and if he changed the winning team and we lost today, then I think a few people would be moaning about that as well.
Now, I think that's the thing. Mourinho was speaking earlier this week in a press conference saying no matter what team I put out, you guys are going to always criticise. And that's the thing, whether it's Mata, whether it's whoever he's not putting in. I mean, United fans are still always going to give him a bit of stick.
Yeah, well, he did say yesterday as well that in relation to Mkhitaryan, he's in no rush to introduce him into the team yet. Called him a super player. Also mentioned Marcus Rashford, another player Manchester United fans, some United fans are getting a bit impatient about. But as Jose said, this is a player who is my second striker behind one of the best strikers in the world. It's not a bad position to be in.
Now, he was a superstar of last season, and then we've seen him. He's not at, he's been dropped from the England squad. Mourinho's still giving him that encouragement, but do you think we're still going to see such a good season from him?
I think the wonder of Rashford is he can play anywhere, whether it's right side, left side, or up front. I think he was our best player for England, even though he only had a 5-minute cameo. I'm surprised he's not part of that squad, but that's Sam Allardyce. I don't think he should be manager anyway. But in relation to Manchester United, I think he will get more games. We're only playing 1 game a week at the moment. After the international break, you've got Europa League, League Cup, league games thick and fast, and I think we'll see more of the fringe players getting involved. It's hard to get on the United bench at the moment.
It is indeed. What are your thoughts on Pogba? Are you excited? Are you excited to watch his season unfold?
Funnily, I was just saying to Alex, who was our guest before, that I sometimes think in relation to Pogba, I forget that we've got him, as bad as that sounds, and it brings a smile to my face, because even if
I just have to stop you. We can't see these comments, can we? Because if we can, I do apologise for anything that you're seeing on your screens. Okay, good. Your little comments box is cheeky.
All right, okay, sorry, I should have turned that off. I can turn that off while we're on here.
Oh, God.
The wonders of live TV.
I can't read well, but I read that. Wow.
Anyway, back to Pogba.
Yeah, back to Pogba. Yeah, he's the sort of player that, even if he'd gone to Chelsea, I don't support Chelsea, obviously, I would have been interested and excited to watch him. I think he is that sort of player, and fantastic signing for United. Obviously cost a lot of money, but just a joy to watch. And I think with players like that in your team, it doesn't really matter what the likes of Rooney do, because I think Zlatan and Pogba can sort of carry them sort of players. They're that good.
Okay, talk to me about Rooney, because realistically, Mourinho is probably not going to tolerate him that much longer, I don't think. Do you think it's going to be sort of another Joe Hart situation where it's a bit sad he's going to be phased out? You know, he is Man United through and through. What are your thoughts on him and the fact that likelihood he's going to be phased out?
I personally, I think the opposite. I think I personally probably would phase him out like Joe Hart, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's been given massive opportunities under the previous manager, and I think Jose is doing the same again. I mean, let's remember, he is the captain of the club. I think that's debatable. I don't think his form's good enough for the... I mean, people say it's critical of Rooney. I'm only being critical of him because I know how good he is, and he's not been that player for 2 years now. I don't think he'll get phased out. I think he'll continue to be picked. I think he'll break the goals record.
That's the thing. I just think he's going to get the goals record, and then I think I don't know. I think that's his time. That's sort of the limit.
Yeah, I agree. I think hopefully this will be his last season. He'll break the record. He's done everything he needs to do, and then, like everything in life, especially in football, you evolve, and somebody else comes in.
Okay, well, listen, Hull City have had an incredible start to the season, and even as a Manchester United fan, there's a little bit of you that's pretty impressed with what's been going on with them. Do you think they're going to provide much of a tough for you guys? Is it going to be a tough game?
I think they've done fantastically well. Mickey Phelan, obviously, and his shorts. Hopefully, they'll be making another appearance today on the touchline. But I think they've had a fantastic start. But when you look at the two teams, it's not arrogant to say that any top four side should be beating Hull, whether it's home or away. I think if they got a draw today, it'd be great. We'll probably go and lose now, but I just can't see it. I think there's too much quality, and I think Hull have got massive problems. Such a small squad. I think even their bench has got a few youth players on it, but
their bench has hardly got anyone on it. They've only got 14 players.
Yeah, so it's a massive ask for them, and I don't expect them to do anything today.
Well, we'll see indeed. Thank you so much for joining us. That is Ollie from the United stand. Thank you. It's not Ollie, was it? Mark, thank you. I like our crowd participation. Good. That was all very, very snazzy pants, wasn't it?
That's funny, yeah.
Now, do you know what? I'm sorry, United fan. I'll block you out. I friggin' hope I'll beat them, because it's just, I hate the fact that they've just spent, and that's the only thing that United have been able to do this season, to bring them back into the fold, is to go, okay, let's spend as much money as we can.
She's venting.
Yeah, but come on, there's no one out there that wouldn't want to see Hull.
They've done a Chelsea really, and kind of almost brought their way back into it. But yeah. I mean, that's football, that's the nature of it, I suppose.
It is, isn't it? That's the thing. As long as you can spend, you can win.
I mean, but I agree with some of the things the guy was saying. I think that Mkhitaryan maybe should be starting now.
I think, though, Mourinho is saving him from the press, and I think it's a good move. Okay, we've got a break coming up. We will see you after this. Don't go anywhere.
At Marbles, we work hard to accept you and put you in control, even if you have a poor credit history. Answer a few easy questions and our fast check service will tell you if you're likely to be accepted. You'll get an instant response and it won't affect your credit rating. Marbles' free SMS alerts could help you stay in charge of your spending, and you can change your monthly repayment date up to twice a year. Marbles Classic Card has a manageable credit limit from £250 up to £1,200. So get your application rolling at marbles.com today.
Game of War. Play for free on the App Store. At Glasses Direct, I chose from hundreds of frames from £25 with lenses.
They're great.
Try 4 pairs at home for free and see if you could save at Glasses Direct.
What about car insurance? Imagine this fantastic website where you can check out a shed load of companies.
Be fantastic, would that?
None of those annoying pop-up adverts.
Nothing fantastic about them, Boris.
The exact right quote in minutes.
Fantastic is the word, Boris.
Go compare. Enjoy your wheels, fantastic deals that you know where.
You'll soon discover your ideal cover.
Nothing quite compares to Go Compare.
Fantastic!
Whiskey and we're winning.
We're live, boys. I haven't been drinking on the job, just in case anyone's watching. You are joining us here at Fan TV, and we have got so much more to happen in the show. We've got Manchester United. Yes, he's probably going to punch me by the time he gets on the sofa, but it'll be all right. And now we've got an England captain in the building. It's absolutely amazing. We have got Sabutio. Come on the sofa, Elliot. Elliot, come on the sofa. How you doing?
I'm good, you?
I'm good. There is a question of over why you're sitting on this sofa, Elliot. You meant to sit over there.
Come over if you want. Come on. It's separate us.
Well, that's how
I don't mind
that's how Spurs and Liverpool fans treat Chelsea fans. Okay, guys. Well, that's not exactly how you make way for an England captain. Talk to us about how you became the under-19s England Sabutio captain.
A lot of hard practice, really. I've started playing the Sabutio when I was about 8 years old. My dad introduced me in it from when he played probably about in the 70s, 80s, and he found that it was back into becoming more of a sport type thing.
So, yeah, okay, run this all by me. Teams, you're England captain,
Yes.
So there's actually under-21s, senior team.
There's under-12s, under-15s, under-19s, and everyone, and then there's a veterans category.
Okay.
And I'm the youth captain, so basically I look after all of the under-12s, under-15s, and my lot under-19s.
Now, not only have you sat on the wrong sofa, you've also got my man Johnny on. Johnny, your pants look wicked on my TV screen.
Very nice.
Sort out your mic. Okay, now I did not realise this. Over 300,000 games are sold every year worldwide. That's insane. Yeah.
With the stuff we kind of play with, it's more professional equipment, so it's all separate all from different companies and things like that.
So when you're playing, where do you go? Where are these matches held?
Well, next weekend is the World Cup in Belgium. Normally it's like just travelling the world playing in these tournaments. A lot of the...
This is insane. There is a World Cup in Belgium you're going to.
One every year, and you got a qualification system, and there's a rankings.
Yeah,
at the moment,
individual rankings as well.
Individual rankings,
Go on,
yeah. I think at
whack
the moment,
yours out.
I think at the moment I dropped down to 6th. I was 3rd at one point, and I stopped playing for about 2 months. I had too much football going on, so I didn't.
Been to
go
school
many
lately, or?
I'm 19 now. I work. Yeah, that was a good thing when I was at school as well, because
Got out of school.
Always saying, oh yeah, I've got to go away for England.
We've got a little man in the studio. I'm just guessing that you might want to share some of your tactics of how to get out of school. Okay, now we'll come back to you because Chelsea have just beaten Burnley, and we've got I'm going to call him another TV dad. I've got too many of them. Andy, why can I see your eyeball? It is that Burnley fan, Andy Hodgson. How are you doing?
Not good. It's not just. Oh, we got battered. I thought we'd have a bit of trouble, but seriously, I could have played better myself. Shall I tell you what happened?
Yeah, go on then.
Nothing. And 3-0 flattered us. They could have beaten us 8-0 today. And I think it's because we were really tired. Actually.
Is that tired from beating Liverpool?
Joking apart, right? I watched the warm-up on this very pitch here, and just before they were puffing and wheezing. They played on Wednesday night against Accrington Stanley for 90 minutes. They're too tired. That's it. I think we'll finish the season right here.
Oh, good old Burnley style then. You going back down then this season?
Yeah. Well, no. Obviously, I'm more hopeful than that. You see, what we need is Joey Barton back. There's nobody
goodness.
That's marshalling it about. There's nobody that's shouting about. They hardly talk to each other during the game. It was a bit upsetting, really, because me and you could have gone on Kiri and played better than that. But although fair dues, in comparison to last week against Liverpool, where we just
was that a fluke then?
Worked, huh?
Was that a fluke?
What? Yes, it looks like it now. It does look like it, yeah. No, it worked last week because Liverpool weren't on the game, I don't think, and we had the energy to spring out from two banks of four and defend. Whereas this week, it just looked like Hazard had miles of space. He was dancing around at times. They were literally queuing up. I mean, they were queuing up on the edge of the area. You watch this on Match of the Day tonight, and I mean, literally anybody could have had a pot shot. And that's what Liverpool didn't do last week. So I think we tried it again. It's not going to work. We need a bit more quality in midfield. Brought on 3 subs on about 53 minutes. And that tells you that the game needs to change, doesn't it? That you'll gamble for the rest of the game like that.
Andy, you're committing all sorts of crimes here. You need to turn the screen even closer to your face. There is fear that we can't see the stadium. Turn around, basically. We just want to see. Yeah, there you go.
I love a bit of blue seat action, particularly after we've just got beaten by them.
Okay, so transfer window's almost done. Do you think that you're going to get any more players in?
Well, apparently Patrick Bamford is moments away from arriving. I don't know whether that'll make a difference.
Probably not.
I think generally, if your team is playing and there's, you're all at 8 out of 10, you've got a chance. But they weren't today, so bring in the odd player. Certainly, it's better quality. Tell you one that's really good. A guy called Aidan O'Neill, who's 18 years old, came on today, made his debut in midweek. Came on today, superb. I mean, to be 18 years old, come on at Stamford Bridge and make a difference was very impressive. So he's one for the future, but we need a lot more that step up to 8 out of 10, I think.
Okay, tell me about Chelsea. Were they really that good, or was it just that Burnley were that bad?
Chelsea were excellent. Burnley were tired from the off. So, I think if Chelsea were playing against Man United, they'd have a better challenge. But they looked far more skillful all the way across the park. They really did. Chelsea are top of the league now. So, if you get the points, you get top of the league. Could they do well against a Man City and a Man United? It'd certainly make a good game. It looks like they're going to be far better than they were last season, let's put it that way.
Well, Andy, I've got a Chelsea fan on the sofa, and also he's a Sabutio England captain. Did you know that still happened these days?
Say that again.
He's a Sabutio England captain. Don't worry about it.
Just wanted to have a close look at it. What do you think? That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Is this because you've been on the barge too long, my love?
I wish I had better sound here. They're mowing the lawn over there.
Andy, you are an absolute legend, as always. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll get you on the sofa if you don't get arrested at Chelsea for anything.
Nice.
Bye, Andy. Thank you. The worrying thing is that man used to be my boss. Now, he says Chelsea were excellent.
Sounds brilliant.
It's about time, right?
Yeah, after last season, it was a bit not nice to watch, to be
I
honest.
love it. Chelsea fan can never go. Do you know what? We were absolutely shocking.
we were, that's the thing. It's just like...
So I've got a friend who's a Chelsea fan, and it gives me great pleasure to terrorise her all the time. But one of the main things that I get to terrorise her about is Mourinho. So how do you feel about him?
I'm happy that he's got another job, to be honest. I still think he's all Chelsea. I don't think he's going to change
he's
any
still
bit. I
blue
think
in the blood.
Yeah, he's always going to be. But fair play to him. We've sacked him 3 times now, is it? And
the guy just keeps coming back.
yeah, it's just like we thought that he could come back, sorted it out, and then next season, I think the tactics he used for us were too similar every year, and people clocked onto that.
So the reason that I got Noel Gallagher on the sofa is because apparently Oasis are a massive fan of Subbuteo. Did you know that?
No.
Seriously, come
I
on.
didn't know that. No. I mean, that's it, mine.
Being in a band, I thought you could have had some,
It's the new rock and roll, yeah.
Okay, so the World Cup next weekend.
Yes.
Who are the other big names in Subbuteo? Which countries are we looking at?
Always you've got to look out for Italy and Spain and Belgium themselves. They're the countries that are going to be the ones challenging for the trophies, really.
Okay. And how do England fare?
Normally as well as we do in normal World Cups. It's this year my under-19 team, I think we've got a good chance of getting a medal. Individually I'd like to go for a medal, but it's going to be tough. And
So go on, sorry, you baffled me. Individually you'd like, so you get...
Yeah, so you play, one day you play on your own, like as just representing yourself really.
Okay.
It's still for the country, but yeah, you just play your own game, don't have to worry about anyone else.
So are you going to come back on after you've potentially won the World Cup?
Well,
and that's
I will be, yeah. Hopefully with a massive World Cup trophy.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, let's talk about Chelsea a little bit. Conte is an incredible manager and is clearly going to get the best out of your players. Is it really exciting to have someone like that?
Yeah, I went and watched the game the other day, the English Football League Cup or whatever it's called. I don't know what they've changed that to now. But yeah, he's got so much passion. It's unbelievable. Like, he wants to...
His goal celebrations are just amazing, aren't they?
Every time. If he's going to do that whole season, he might as well still be playing. But yeah, I'm happy that he's another different manager. Hopefully he actually gets long to stay.
Would you are you a John Terry fan, first off?
Slightly.
Okay, do you want him to be recalled for England? I know there was talk about it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but...
I'm not too sure. I don't think he'll go through. I've had words about it, but I don't think he'll go through. With the defence we've got now, I don't want him to go away just in case he gets injured.
What did you think about the way they were treating him? Because realistically, I think that contract was done, and him leaving last season...
The thing is, I think he put so much emotion into where he had his little moment with the fans that I don't think it was done. I think it did get put through really, really late.
I don't know. You know what? I think it actually was.
I wouldn't mind if it was, but it just seemed too, you could tell none of the fans wanted him to go.
Yeah, and do you think he's still, because we talked about Rooney, that he is one of those players still, and to be fair, coming into this season, Chelsea needed him.
Yeah, definitely. We still need to bring probably another centre-back in and a full-back, because I think we've only got 2 and one of them is a Ivanovic who played
You've got
crap.
so many players out on loan. Literally, Chelsea own half the footballers in the world. No, I'm only joking, but do you know what I mean? You've got a whole nother team out there.
We literally have so many players on loan, and it's like we sold Marco Marin the other day. I was surprised he was still at the club.
So Remy's going out on loan as well, right?
It looks like it. West Ham are in talks, I believe.
I find that...
I think we could have sold him. I don't know why we loan out so many players that we can sell.
She got the money.
Yeah.
Guess you can do. Why not? Why not? Okay, well, we will be back after this break. Make sure if you want to have your say, then you can do. It's Fan TV channel. We can see your eyeball like we saw Andy's as well. If you want, you can do those sorts of things. Tweet us as well. Join us after the break.
In the heat of the moment, condoms aren't your first thought. But withdrawal is not an effective way to prevent pregnancy. A study estimated that only 55% of pregnancies in the UK are planned. Visit the Family Planning Association online to get informed about all contraception choices and find one that works for you. This message is supported by Durex.
Our new free time plans give you free electricity from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays or Sundays. So you can do the cleaning for free. Cook a family feast for free. Or catch up on box sets for free. So switch now and you'll get a free upgrade to smart meters and free electricity 9 to 5 every Saturday or Sunday. Switch now and start saving. Call 0800 980 4045 or search British Gas Free Time.
With BT Mobile, you can get online here, here, here and here, and all over the UK with 4G and Wi-Fi hotspots in more places than any other mobile provider. Better still, if you have BT broadband at home, it starts from just £5 a month with 500 megabytes of data. Or you could get 2 gigabytes of data for just £10 a month. Or even a huge 15 gigabytes of data for £20 a month. Anyone can get the great deal with BT Mobile. With 3 SIM-only plans to choose from, you're bound to find the one that's right for you. Call 0800 234 6543 or visit bt.com/SIM-only.
These thermal goggles make it easy to see why now's the perfect time to fit Everest triple glazing with Price Rewind. Fit the best. Fit Everest.
Welcome back to us here at Fan TV. I hope you're having a fantastic afternoon with us. Don't go anywhere because we still are going to be talking plenty more football. We'll be talking about the Manchester United Hull game as it kicks off. Has it kicked off? It's pretty much kicking off right now. So we'll be talking to Manchester United fans very, very shortly indeed. Now the sofa is packed. We've got an England captain on the sofa. Elliot, he is the Sabutio under-19 captain. But on the phone lines, it's my TV family again. Kenny Ken, pop up on my screens. And I'll say, hey, there's the smile. It's the pearly whites. I'm all right, my love. How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm very happy. We won 3-1. Good game. I thought the first half, we were absolutely superb. I think when we scored our penalty, I think Watford's game plan went out the window. I think they were trying to put 10 men behind the ball, but you score early, the weaker sides, their game plan goes out the window. Then within about, towards the end of the second half, we scored 2 fantastic goals. One by Alexis Sanchez, where he bundled the ball over the line, and we scored a third goal, a fantastic team goal.
Ozil scored.
Ozil scored a third goal, a fantastic team goal. Good cross by Alexis Sanchez. Ozil scored a very rare header, made it 3-0. Then in the second half, Watford pulled a goal back in the 56th minute through Pereira. And then it was one of those things where we could have got a fourth where, like I said, if a few passes went where should have, or where players tried to chip the goalkeeper, we could have wrapped it up pretty early. But saying that, that's the Arsenal I like. Our football's very fast. Like I said, everyone had a great game. I thought the man of the match today was Granit Xhaka alongside Santi Cazorla.
What do you think of Xhaka?
Xhaka's a fantastic player. Great deep line passing from the like I said, midfield. And I thought that everything he did was quality and especially accurate. And he was great passes towards Ozil, so Ozil could do his magic in the last third. And I thought Ozil was very good before he came.
Talk to me about Ozil, because that's a surprise for him to find some form.
Well, Ozil, you know what Ozil's like. I think last year he just missed out on the assist records, but for me, I think Ozil don't score enough goals. Like for me,
he definitely doesn't, my love.
No, not at all. I think Ozil is that for him to be considered to be world class, what Ozil needs to do is he needs to bring more goals to his games, and he needs to produce on a regular basis. At the Emirates last season was fantastic, but away from home, where you need your talisman there, there's sometimes where Ozil goes a bit missing. And hopefully this season we won't see too much of that, because we're going to need him to be in his A game if we're going to challenge for the title.
All right, now talk to me. I actually thought this is where we might see the unravelling of Arsenal against Watford. What were Watford like?
The thing with Watford, I was just talking to Watford fan just now. The trouble with Watford, they got two centre forwards, and both of them don't want to hit the box. They both do their best work outside the box. Like Troy Deeney likes to flick it on for Ighalo, and Ighalo likes to sort of beat his man. But there was no one in the sort of penalty area for them for them to actually penetrate us. Like they're very good down their left with Craig Cathcart putting in some good crosses, but no one's there. And one of the things, if you lose the ball against us in key areas, we'll destroy you, and that's what we've done to them.
And Chambers today, what was he like?
Chambers didn't play. It was Rob Holding played.
Okay. I didn't know that, actually. What did you think? Because Wenger was all talk about Holding, wasn't he?
Yeah, Wenger was talking about Holding. Wenger's trying to talk him up, but we think that Wenger's only talking him up because he wants to deflect from the fact that we haven't bought what we require as a top-class striker. But Holding did a good job. He had Koscielny alongside him, who's outstanding, and he sort of saw him through the games. What we do need is we need to sign Mustafi quickly, because I think Rob Holding needs to learn his trade. So, you know, in terms of like playing in like the Carling Cup games and dead rubbers in the Champions League, let him just learn the Arsenal way and get some experience alongside Koscielny. Then when Holding's ready, he can play regularly. But all in all, I thought it was a fantastic performance from both of them. Can you imagine if we lost?
Yeah, to be honest, I actually thought we might. I actually thought that would happen.
Trust me, I think what's happening is that I think if we had lost, I think there'd be more subscribers to Arsenal Fan TV.
Wenger doesn't care about them.
Well, you say that, but I think if Arsenal Fan TV's got about 250,000 subscribers, and I swear to God, 125,000 of them are supporters of other clubs. So they love a meltdown.
Kenny, you're going to stay with us, so keep your face in the screen there. I've got a Spurs fan in the studio.
Oh yeah, you got. Hey, you know why I know you're a Spurs fan. Nick.
We use Arsenal fan for comedy TV. We love it. No, yeah. But he's actually talking a lot of sense, this guy. I think I agree with what he said. You should get him on the Arsenal Fan TV and it wouldn't be so hilarious, like, because there's talking sense.
No, I've been on it a few times, but I think what it is that every time after matches, my wife banned me from Arsenal Fan TV because she says that I'm always late for dinner.
I see. Kenny, I don't believe you've ever missed a meal.
I'm wasting away here, aren't I?
Oh, my love. OK, let's talk about Perez and Mustafi. He has opened the wallet, the butterflies have flown out, and we've caught two mediocre players.
Well, I think you're 100% right, Kiri. I think, as I said before, like I said, it's when we heard the name Lucas Perez, all of a sudden, all of us went onto YouTube, started looking him up. We know that he scored 17 goals in La Liga and he scored 10 assists. He's created 72 chances. But when we moved to the Emirates, we were told that we were going to buy big names, big class players. Now, no disrespect to Lucas Perez, he is not a big name player. The sort of players that a club like Arsenal should be looking at, although people call us a small, big club, we should be looking at the Griezmanns. We should be looking at Lewandowski's, all those sort of players who are top-end players. Now, I'm not saying they're available, but Arsenal Football Club should be looking at those players. Just the same like Man United paid 89 million for Pogba because he's the best midfielder in the world, which I agree with. Chelsea spend big, Man City spend big. Arsenal needs to be part of the party. You can't.
I agree, because Perez was stolen from Everton. Why are Arsenal looking at players that Everton are looking at? They should be looking at.
I hear what you're saying, Kiri, but the thing with Perez is that originally Sevilla were looking at him in June, and in July Barcelona were sniffing around.
Yeah, that is the point. Barcelona wanted him as a fourth striker.
Yeah, definitely a fourth striker, but Everton have activated the release clause of 17.1 million. And once you activate a lease clause, I think Arsenal came into play, because at the end of the day, Arsenal needed a front player. Now, it's clear to me that he doesn't agree that Lacazette is worth 60 million, and he's basically saying he couldn't understand Lyon's valuation. Well, I could. They're losing their best striker, and if a big club's coming for your players, the price has got to go up. If you don't meet the price, you miss out.
OK, Kenny, now I've got a Liverpool fan on the sofa, so I'm just going to ask them, are you worried about Arsenal? Do you see the way that they're not spending? Does it worry you?
Well, basically, I think it's all changed from a couple of years ago, hasn't it? So, well, basically, it's like, I just think that they need to spend more, don't they?
Kenny, what I love is you've got Who's Your Mate over your shoulder. Now, I've also got a Chelsea fan, Elliot, on the sofa, and Chelsea...
Say hello, Elliot.
Say hello. It used to be Arsenal used to scare people. Arsenal used to be a club that was feared. To Chelsea fear Arsenal? Does Chelsea even care about Arsenal?
I don't, to be honest.
Kenny's a big guy, I'm just letting you know.
To be honest, they always give good games against us, but it was like when we had Drogba, it definitely didn't matter because
Kenny?
he always scored.
Yeah.
Elliot is under 19 England captain of Subbuteo. Have you ever played?
Subbuteo. I played Subbuteo when I was a kid, didn't I? It was, like I said, flick the ball, flick the player, flick the ball, you score a lot of goals.
He knows.
Like I said, are England doing well in the Subbuteo? Because they're not doing well in the sort of full-size games.
No, I tried to get that. I'm getting that we're as good in that as we are in general life.
No, like I said, as I said, I think look, talking to Chelsea and Liverpool, like I said, Chelsea and Liverpool got some very good coaches. Like got Jurgen Klopp, top coach. And Chelsea got Conte, and I believe Chelsea won today, did they?
Yeah, they did. They beat Burnley. As far as I can make out, they beat Burnley because Burnley were rubbish. Chelsea are top of the table, but that's not going to last, is it?
Well, that could change. I think what's happened with Chelsea is that, in terms of Chelsea, they've had a good pre-season. One of the things that went wrong for them when under Mourinho, it was nothing. I think people need to stop dining out and thinking it was something to do with, like Canario and Mourinho's behaviour. They just weren't fit. Now they're fit. You're seeing the dividends for Chelsea. Same Liverpool. Liverpool fit. Like I said, they got a good coach. They played well at White Hart Lane. Spurs were a strong side, and points are very good for Liverpool. But in terms of that, I prefer it if Liverpool and Chelsea are not afraid of Arsenal, because that means the expectation's not strong.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, what normally happens is the Wenger out gang. Once Arsenal start winning, shut up for a while.
Remember, I'm Wenger out as well.
Yeah. How loud were you today?
Well, the thing about it is that during the 90 minutes, we get behind the team.
I think you do, but a lot of the Wenger out lot don't.
No, that's a myth. That's a myth. Regardless of whether you're Wenger in and Wenger out, we all get behind the team. After the match, obviously, if results are adverse, then obviously we're going to have differing opinions. But in terms of Wenger out, Wenger in and Wenger out, yeah, I think today, of all days, we've got to talk about the football. I think at Arsenal, what we do is that we forget the match and we forget the football. And what we should really do, we talk about our manager. But then again, Arsene Wenger is a very divisive figure in our Arsenal Football Club, for the simple reason he's been there for 20 years. The last 10 years haven't been successful as they were the first 10 years. And people like myself who think that there should be a change in manager are going to voice their opinions, some more loudly than others. Obviously, people who are very loyal to Arsene Wenger are going to take great exception to that, and they do, by making personal comments. But, football's all about opinions, and opinions are based on factual events, and then we basically interpret it our own way. And that's what, you know what I mean? Arsene Wenger, like I said, is probably the most talked about manager we've ever had.
Indeed, yeah, and I think the press are absolutely loving it at the moment. So what's next for you guys?
Well, what's next for us,
Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton on the 10th. We've got a Legends game on the 3rd of October.
You have got a Legends game, haven't you?
Well, I won't be attending that. No, don't disrespect the Legends game, but I like my football competitive with 3 points. I don't want sort of a little kickabout. I mean, if they should get me to play the Legends game. I mean, I might as well play the Legends game. How fast that's got to be, innit? Jesus Christ! I didn't need to see 44-year-olds play like pre-season football. I prefer to watch them when they were 24, not 44. So I'll be missing out. If you don't mind.
Oh, Kenny, I love it. Okay, Southampton. What do you reckon? I see again. What worries me about Arsenal is every single time it looks like it could be an easy game, that's when it all goes to pot.
Kiri, there's no easy games in the Premiership. Basically, it doesn't matter whether you're Watford or, like I said, West Ham. All teams in the Premiership know how to defend. And once the best thing you can do when you're a big club, you need to disturb their game plan by scoring an early goal. Once you score an early goal against against a smaller club, game over. You can eat them alive, because they got to change their game plan a lot earlier than they have to.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, Kenny, thank you so much. Kenny, I won't keep you because I know that your wife will probably shout at me.
No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. I always tell her that if she don't let me come football, I'll divorce her, because the football came first.
Hey.
Yeah, that's not true. He never says that to her. He knows that. Okay, Kenny, thank you so much. I'm very glad that Arsenal won today.
Well, I'm glad as well, isn't it? I might talk to the kids. If the Arsenal lose, I don't talk to nobody. I won't even talk to you.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, thank you, my love. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Absolutely love Kenny. Absolutely amazing guy. So, I think it's so funny. This is what absolutely amuses me the most. Kenny is a dear old friend, so I can say this. Wenger out, family, as soon as they start winning, oh yeah, Wenger's all right. Yeah, we'll keep Wenger.
Hokey starts, doesn't it?
It's ridiculous. Even then,
it's hilarious, but yeah. I mean, what would you say? Do you think he should go?
No.
No,
who else? I
think it would be disastrous in the short term, but I think eventually you do need to.
You're going to end up in a Manchester United scenario, but I don't think the squad's been left.
For the season that he does go, would be really hard.
No, I don't think
eventually.
I don't think there's anybody of any weight to replace him.
Klopp would have been a good idea.
Simeone from Atletico Madrid.
I don't think you got the pull for that.
I don't think he must go.
I don't think he'd leave that.
But that's the thing. So this is my issue with Arsenal fans. You can speculate and you can pull these amazing names out the hat. The likelihood is they're not going to go. Yeah, we've seen some big managers come, but we haven't seen the likes of him come. So who do you think? If Wenger goes, who do you think? Because Conte, I think, is like an amazing choice for Chelsea.
No clue, really.
And the thing is, all the people that could have come, Pep, Conte, all these people.
All new jobs.
Yeah.
Basically.
And there's just not that. There's just we're stumped. There is no one else at the moment. So Wenger is very firmly in for me. We will be back after this break. Let us know your thoughts. If you are an Arsenal fan and you were a Wenger out, now you're a Wenger in. I bet you are. Let us know. Skype us in. So we'll see you in a sec.
Every now and then, it's important to give oneself a good old clear-out, whatever that means. What? Uh-oh. No! I'll just keep it tea. A tasty cup of green tea. Delicious.
Right. Jacket. With 50 free spins to get you rolling, there's only one mobile casino that gives you that real Vegas feeling. Leo Vegas.
Gone to Vegas. Leave a message.
Join today and go to Vegas whenever you like. Leo Vegas, king of mobile casino.
Yes!
Yes!
Yes! Oh, yes!
Ah, the sound of being accepted for a Luma credit card. At Luma, we've now said yes to 200,000 people. So if you've got poor credit, you could be accepted too. With credit limits up to £1,500 and no annual fee, at Luma, we say yes to someone every 6 minutes. So for a response in 60 seconds, go to luma.co.uk today. Luma, what would yes mean to you?
Yes!
What? I'm so sorry, I thought you were a chair. Sorry.
Our breakfasts are freshly prepared, even if you're not. Like the all-in-one breakfast wrap. McDonald's. We make breakfast.
Welcome back to us here at Fan TV. Now, thank you to Ian, our Liverpool fan. He has left us, but we are joined by Chris, who is our United fan, Manchester United fan. So come onto the sofa, Chris. Come and join us. Well, Chris comes on the sofa. 16 minutes into the game, and it is still 0-0.
Worst days, haven't we?
Well, I have been terrorising you on the sidelines, and you've been keeping very quiet, which is very good. Which is very good of you.
Well,
so we've talked to some United people already, and we've heard thoughts on Pogba and Mourinho. So go on, let us know. It's been a big spend. It's been a big buy. Manchester United back where they should be realistically.
Yeah, I mean, they talk about the whole money situation, but we can afford it. I mean, as United, we're not just a football team. We've got a great marketing commercial side to us. We earn so much money. So we could have afforded to pay for Pogba 3 or 4 times over.
Well, I think this is because your collar is just a little high up there.
You're
so
high up,
Sandman, Johnny, it's
too much like Girl Cantona.
I think that is the point, though. Actually, you are a marketing, and it doesn't matter which player it is, you're a marketing machine, and I think a lot of clubs need to take from that, because actually, see, with somewhere like Terry, that is Chelsea's name, and then there's not been that many in the recent years, whereas Manchester United keep the ball going.
Well, yeah, you could spend 100 million on a world-class player that you know is going to change the game, is going to perform great, or you could spend that on 5 or 6 average players like some teams do, with all due respect, Liverpool, if you're around there. But, you know...
Liverpool are literally inundated with players that they don't want or need at the moment.
Yeah, I think the whole Liverpool situation. I
don't think to explain what's going on here. They are putting out the money.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's not. Johnny's not just having a little grape of his bottom there. There is more to that than that.
It's all right.
Well, yeah, go on then.
Yeah, so basically the whole Liverpool situation, I don't want to talk too much about Liverpool because it's United we're talking about, but yeah, buying the average players for a team, you're just going to be like a makeshift club, a middle table club. You buy 3 or 4 world-class players, which we did this season, and you can already see the change. I mean, obviously the manager's come in, Jose.
What do you think about Jose? Because
I love him.
As Chelsea, sat next to a Chelsea fan here.
I loved him at Chelsea. I appreciate a good manager. I mean, you were saying before.
Is he a good manager?
Yeah, you said that before, basically, that when he was he has to have a team that's got loads of money, etc. Porto, they didn't have a lot of money, and he won then the Champions League.
All right.
So, you know, he's a good manager. So we could put that to bed.
Yeah, he's that. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So for me, I think he is a great manager.
With money.
Yeah, but he brought in the Drogbas. He brought in the Drogbas before Drogba was actually even a great player. You know, no one even heard of him. So, you know, he's got an eye for talent. Obviously, we've got Zlatan on the free, which is...
Amazing.
It's a bit of a bargain, isn't it, really? I mean, it could be worse.
The thing is, it's just baffling when you think about the money that's been spent on Pogba, and he got him on a free. It's just like a little gift just there.
I know, to think all these other teams are paying 30, 40 million for Benteke's and everything. I mean, you know, I think we've got a great bargain. But then I think it also comes down to the player and choosing the club. I mean, we had to be suited to him. And when you got someone with the personality like Zlatan, he chooses you more than you choose him. He's got that sort of personality. And I think he wanted one last shot at trying to, you know, get more titles. He could have gone to the MLS. He could have gone to China.
Talking about titles.
Yeah.
Is it everything? Well, everything that you can.
I want to win it all. I want to win every competition this season. I mean, that's what you're there for. You want to win them all. But if you have... Yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go.
Guys, what do you think of the FA Cup?
Well, being a Spurs fan, I think it's a shame that it's sort of people don't really class it as a big trophy. I think it's got a great history, but for us, I would like to win it. Totally.
Elliot.
As we haven't got any European football, I'll put it up there at the moment. We'll take it.
It is a bit like Arsenal, isn't it? Silverware. Yep, we won the FA Cup.
Yeah, those are the days. No, I mean, like we as United fans, we've had to bear with 3 years of transition. It's been tough, and we've had to see obviously two or three managers come in, and what they've tried to do to United is put their own identity onto the club, where we already had an identity that worked. And I think what Jose's come in is he's actually restored what Fergie left, and he's actually attacking now. He's using the wings, he's using the width, and it's working for us, and it's proven the last 2 games, and hopefully today, if we score, it will be proven again. And if
I think it's a bit mythical.
Well, no, but if we win today, it will basically be our...
Hull City with 14 players.
But it will be our best start to the season since our last... Well, since we last won the title.
More money than any club ever. It's ridiculous.
But that's the point. If you've got the money to spend, you spend it, but you've got to spend it on the right players that will put your team and bring your team forward. And we've done that, and it's proven.
Okay, is that where Van Gaal...
Is this a thing about Arsenal? Is it an Arsenal thing right now? Because, you know, I've sensed a lot of hostility here on the sofa.
No, I just think that you've spent a lot of money, and it's just...
Would you, if you had 100 million, would you take that new Perez, or you bought the 17 million Arsenal, or would you buy, say, you know, Zlatan or someone like that?
Yeah, I understand Zlatan wouldn't have gone, and I don't think he would have even gone without Mourinho either. I think that's...
Yeah, that was a big pull.
I think that is the thing. Do you think Van Gaal just wasn't suited to clubs, spent wrong, or was just in that transition? He was just unfortunate in the situation.
Who, Van Gaal? I think he brought a total different identity to United. He was too defensive. United have always...
A lot of good young players, though, Martial.
But if you look at it, we had about 15 injuries. He had no choice.
Martial's actually probably one of those ones that...
That was Ryan Giggs that brought Martial in. That weren't Van Gaal. That was Ryan Giggs that located Martial. So...
An incredible purchase, I think, because although the funny thing is, last season, without him, there were no points. Yeah. This season, you're winning with him out the way. It's a big transition, but he's so young.
He's still...
We were having a chat about this. He's been married, he's got 2 kids, He's done everything and he's not even 20.
I know, he's going to play a vital role in the next few years for United. I really do think we've only seen a brief little taster of what he can do.
I think it's really important that he doesn't, well, I mean, I'm not saying Rooney's burnt out, but I think it's really important that these players aren't just worked into the ground. And even if he is having a couple of off games, it really doesn't matter because he's got years at Manchester United.
We've also got other players on the bench that really haven't sort of shown their true,
so what do you think about this?
potential.
Because a lot of the fans are getting annoyed about certain players not being included. And I think, although I liked terrorise about Mourinho, I think he does actually know he's protecting players. He knows how to keep them out of the press. He knows when's right to release them.
I think this is a tactical thing he's doing at the moment. So the last few games, we've been playing a lot down the left flank, passing loads to Martial, and he's been running it in. We haven't really been putting too much down the right. So, but then when Mkhitaryan does come on the pitch, we start playing it to him. I think this is for the Man City game. I really do think he's trying to get Pep to think that we're going to be playing a lot down the left. And as soon as we play them, I do. I tell you what, he's a smart man, Mourinho.
That's deep, that is.
Mkhitaryan will be playing.
And your girlfriend's in the studio. You must think about football an awful lot to have come up with that.
All night.
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theory. Okay, so who's your biggest challenger? Like you said, City. Do you think Chelsea?
Yeah, I think it'd be the top four that you usually get. It would be the Chelsea, City's, Arsenal's. I mean, to be fair, after Leicester won last season, anyone's really a threat. I mean, the Premier League is one of those sort of dog-eat-dog leagues where no one's guaranteed. Exactly. No one's guaranteed to win. So I do like to sort of brag that we'll win this game. United will win, but it's. When it comes down to it, anyone can win the games.
And it's still 0-0, 23 minutes in with Pogba.
We just started, Still warming up.
Okay, so who do you see as the biggest threat? You in your head, which I think is, do you know what, it is a lot, and I do think this. It is a lot about fan support, and I think that's where Arsenal do suffer, is that fans really have gone against Wenger, and I think it's a whole attitude, and that's what happened with Mourinho at Chelsea, isn't it, Elliot? Basically, fans turned it. And fans are the reason football exists, and fans are a lot to do with what an atmosphere is out of the game. And I think the thing is with Manchester United fans, they've just got so confident that nothing's going to stop them.
After the last few years, you wouldn't be saying that. I mean, the last few years, I almost fell asleep a few times watching United, and I have to admit that it's been dire, boring football.
We will pick this back up after the break. Do not worry, we will come back to Manchester United and so much more. And I think we're even going to be talking Millwall as well, so don't go anywhere.
I'm here with these thermal goggles to show you how much heat these old double glazed windows lose compared to Everest triple glazing. Look where they're leaking all their heat from. You'll see on the right side here, the Everest triple glazed windows keep it inside where it belongs. That's because their 5-chamber profile and extra pane of glass help make them Everest's warmest window ever. And they're now available at $19.91 prices with Price Rewind. Fit the best. Fit Everest.
At Marbles, we work hard to accept you and put you in control, even if you have a poor credit history. Answer a few easy questions, and our Fast Check service will tell you if you're likely to be accepted. You'll get an instant response, and it won't affect your credit rating. Marbles' free SMS alerts could help you stay in charge of your spending, and you can change your monthly repayment date up to twice a year. Marbles' Classic Card has a manageable credit limit from £250 up to £1,200. So get your application rolling at marbles.com today.
Battle commenced. Enemy gaining. Strike now. You are victorious.
Mobile Strike. Download and play now. Free from the App Store.
After thinking I was paying too much for my glasses, I just went home and went direct to Glasses Direct.
Me too. And us.